Welcome to my hole. Have you ever found yourself eating rotten flesh at Y level -1 before? Because I have. Um, I just finished up this. Well, I guess I'm in the midst of it, but I am currently finishing up my mining trip. Um, and you'll see I have much more stuff than this right now. How did I get a Silk Touch pickaxe, you wonder? Oh, well, I've been playing in this world for actually sometime, a couple of weeks, except for the past 2 weeks because I was out of the country, which I'll get into a little bit. But I thought, oh, yeah, I should make a run for it right now. Not safe, not safe. Yeah, it's fine. Well, sir. Bye-bye. Ooh. How do we get out of here? It's quite dark in here, actually. This might be really bad for a YouTube video, but, it's fine. Oh, no, it was right there. There's a skeleton spawner over there. Like I was saying, I have all these tools and stuff already, because I've been playing for a couple weeks already. However, recently, since I was out of the country, out of the US, I actually went to Japan recently, for 2 weeks with my fiance. Um, the server was griefed, and this is just a small server with me and some IRL friends of mine and my fiance, so I have to actually be quite careful right here. I do believe I didn't get all the shriekers and whatnot, but this is the way out if I recall correctly. Let's see if we can make it out of here. Not making much noise. Actually, we should be fine, because if there's a shrieker nearby, I would have caught that noise. Anyways, now that we made it out. But while we were gone in Japan, we experienced a bit of griefing. And I mean, quite literally, just a bit. When we came back, because we were not informed about this by our friend who was actively on the server, he told us he didn't want to soil our trip, so instead he just waited until we were on the plane returning, and I'm like, what? Why didn't you tell me sooner? But that's besides the point. He probably thought, well, he did tell me that he thought that I had a backup, but I don't know how to, employ backups. I also just didn't have whitelist on, so whoever this griefer was, which I actually don't even know, even looking at the console, for some reason his player data was not saved. I probably could find his name or whatever, but I don't really care because the grief job he did was so bad. He just destroyed all the chests. Like, he just took an axe or maybe punched them and just let the stuff despawn. And so since we're in the spawn chunks, those are always loaded and, well, they despawned. So right now I'm just recuperating all my stuff. So instead of this being a proper episode 1 of Minecraft, another Minecraft Let's Play, I guess, I just decided to start now because, well, we considered restarting the server, but like I said, the griefing wasn't too bad. Like, all the buildings are completely fine. There was only like one evidence of something being destroyed via TNT, but all the chests were gone. So this is everything I have to my name. It's quite a bit right now, actually. So again, thankfully I have all my tools and such. When we came back, I actually bred this llama. Oops, there's 9 slots. And here's my little mining base, as stated. I'm gonna turn it off these waypoints. Oh yes, but here's all my stuff. Thankfully I did have a waypoint set for a deep slates iron big vein. Those like humongous veins. We have a lot of stuff now. So I'll go fill up Mr. Biggers over here with all of our ore. And I'll probably start fortuning stuff when I get back just to fill up my chests and stuff. I'm not even too upset about the ores or the real valuables. The most valuable thing I had was actually a Totem of Undying that I got. But thankfully, since I'm the server admin, I kind of just rebuilt everything because everything was on fire actually from the grief. And I just put a Totem of Undying on back in my base. Not to even use, I don't really care for it. I don't really use them just because I like to have a shield with me at all time and my offhand rather than a totem, so I don't get that far into playing Minecraft ever to really be in the end game of needing a Totem of Undying and such. I guess it doesn't matter what I leave, regardless I'll be coming back. But I do want this glowing sack. Oh, actually no. This coal. I'll keep that instead of tough. Like I said, we'll be coming back very soon. Oh, I need another one in my offhand. Yeah, let's leave the rotten flesh. Because I need these leads. Or at least one. To get this llama. Hopefully... Actually... No, you should be fine. I was thinking there might be a, whatchamacallit, a wall behind, the nether portal. Oh, okay, there's not. Good. You're quite skinny. I forget that, that llamas are only one wide. Why llamas, you ask? Well, I just like their, pack mechanic, just like in real life. They are, pack animals, and they follow each other, which is a really cool mechanic. As you can see, I have the fresh animations. He's quite cute. Fortunately, it's gonna hit us because of the soul sand. So I have to be rather careful. Thankfully, the portal to the house is actually right here. It's actually spawn portal, because I don't have my own base right now, but we should hopefully start making another base or a permanent home in the coming week or so. And my idea for my base is actually going to be, where'd you go? Oh, there you are. My idea for my base in this world is going to be kind of cyberpunk, kind of industrial. It's going to be a water base over there. Actually, do I have a bed? No, there's one over here. One of the hardest things I've done in Minecraft is draining an ocean monument for a farm. Oh, hello, mister. Let's see if I'm good enough to not make him explode near the cows. This place is littered with mobs. We should really just like... Ooh, there you go. We should... Oh! We really gotta light this place up. There have been creeper holes everywhere, but this is my fiance's house that she built. This place was covered in fire, actually, but I did turn off key fire spread. I bet he thought that it was on, but he didn't even bother blowing up anything. It's really empty. The griefer didn't even like destroy these chests. But over here, there's an ocean monument, and I think I want to build, maybe not directly on top of it. I don't really know. Think about it now. I think I have to drain the entire thing if I want to do that, because they will be spawning on the outside. And I have a lot to consider, but I want it to be kind of like an oil rig kind of base. And down here, oh yes, over here is my bridge that I made to connect us to the two islands. Well, it's one island. As you can see from the minimap, this is actually 2 islands and not 3 islands. It's connected over here by bridge, just because I don't want to walk all the way around here, because our friend's base is over here. I actually decided to not build directly on the land to give everyone else space, because I didn't know who was going to play. But I'm down here on my little tugboat. I'm actually pretty happy with how it turned out. I made it on the very first day out of a very rudimentary like items. As you can see, the copper was a late addition, but it was pretty easy to get because copper spawns in pretty big veins. This was probably the last thing I built, I think, if I'm remembering correctly. But it's supposed to be kind of like a crane that you can just walk across. And this is the inside. But I just replaced all the chests and the barrels and such in my bed, because it was there was fire in place of a bed. But this is all I have so far. Everything is empty. I just went on another little mini expedition. This wasn't even really mining. This was just walking in the overworld, because I was trying to find those llamas from earlier. Like I said earlier, the grief was actually a pretty good excuse to start this recording, because that's what I wanted to do initially in this world. Over here is a pumpkin farm, by the way. This has been going on for quite some time. I actually recently added all of these. My God, yeah, this is always going on. I'm not sure if it's always loaded because of spawn chunks, but that might show you how much time I actually spend over here near my base, near my boat. I guess it's not a base. I'm just gathering materials to make myself some food, because I'm still rather hungry and down 2 hearts. Over here is also where I have my llamas, and you should have grown up. Yes, you have actually. If you didn't know, you use wheat to tame them. You don't need to. You tame them kind of like horses. However, it's much easier if you just give them a little wheat, because they're kind of stubborn like that. And Okay, no one look. I don't like wasting chests. I have another one that's almost fully grown up. Or is fully grown up, but needs to be tamed still. Let's see. An instant tame. Another chest on you. How much do you have? And how about you? Are you in the corner because you're scared? I'm so sorry. Why are you so stubborn? Love me already. Thank you. That took a little bit too long. Better be worth it. Oh, 6 slots. Okay, we don't need any more. All these with the blue, actually. I have them color coordinated. All these blue ones, minus the trading, wandering trader ones, are 6 slots. And the ones with the orange carpet are 9 slots. How did you... Hello? How did you... Did you go on the carpet? Nope. Nope. Get on there. Get on there. Sorry about that. Like I said before, we've actually been playing on the server for a couple weeks now, but I don't have a lot of stuff even before the grief. That's just because this time I wanted to play a little bit slower, just to not try hard the entire game. Because once you get past getting iron, the game is actually quite easy. Which is why I only have iron, well, I guess I only have the iron chestplate now, but I had full iron enchanted armor because our friend over there, over the ocean, actually has an enchantment table that I like to take sometimes. I almost forgot. I have to make food. One of my favorite things to actually eat in real life and in the game is pumpkin pie. Alright, let's get this orange carpeted llama back inside the enclosure. Can you please stop leaving? I don't abuse them, I just give them a little love tap every so often, because they don't listen. Anyways, let me show y'all, actually, the bridge. I'm actually quite proud of it. It took me basically a full week to build it. Every day I would get on for a couple hours, just either collecting items or building. This was all in survival, by the way, without any like creative help. I didn't even plan any creative, which is something I like to do. I built in creative before, but I think for me it sucks all the fun out of it because I get most of my serotonin by the actual building process. And once I do it once, I'm like, well, why do I have to do it a second time? I might change my mind about that. Depending on how big the project is. Like if it was something like this big again, I probably will build it. But having to build things twice is very boring for me, I think. Very, very difficult, actually, motivational wise. But the idea was I put down this tugboat, and it's quite small. As you guys saw, there's not a lot of room for like chests and stuff. And so I built everything kind of around it, like this crane for this bridge, because I'm not sure if you know this, but people actually use like planks and stuff to walk onto the boats. But having a plank that goes that kind of long is not really realistic. And having a dock that goes out that far is also not that realistic, especially if it was that long and proportionate to the actual tugboat. It wouldn't allow the tugboat to go through this water canal. Because the idea is if you can imagine, this tugboat, weathered, old tugboat, has been out in the ocean for a very long time, and it's trying to return from a fishing trip during very high winds, during let's say a hurricane or something, and it comes through this canal because it finally sees land, and it thinks that most boats can probably cross through here if it's never been to the island, but it unfortunately ends at a dead end, and so it's a very common, I guess, for boats to probably pass through here, I would imagine, and get stuck down at the end. So there's always a little dock right here before the actual ending of it, so bridges know to stop here, not to stop over there. So that's why I built this dock right here, also because it's rather accessible for me to actually get directly down into the mine. Take a peek down there. As you can see, it goes very, very deep. But also, I made this bridge with the intention of, like I said, to allow the boats to go through. This boat is, however, like seven blocks. Yeah, there's about exactly a 9 block gap. So enough space for 1 block on each side for this boat to squeeze in through, because they're each 9 blocks distant. They're 9 blocks separated from each other. I actually used a reference of like aqueducts and I think like an Italian bridge that exists in real life that has like this kind of design that has like, I think it would be like a turret kind of like window is what it looks like. It doesn't even function like that in real life, but that's the design that the architect and engineer chose, I guess, in real life. But the idea is that this basin here would fill up with water after like a hurricane, and the water level would rise up that high, and that's how this river is getting carved out. One of my favorite things about this is the gradient, because you know, stone, when you wet it, it gets usually kind of darker. So that's what I tried doing, and like the level is increasing. It kind of steps down the closer it gets to the water, so I could increase like the gradients rather than making it really sharp. It's kind of hidden a little bit right here behind these trees. Over here you can see actually better how steep the gradient is compared to how low it is like right here. So I made it really compact, but there's deep slate on all the bases. And one thing I want to do is actually get a black stone maybe. But I don't know, that might be a little too dark. And I did say that I finished it a couple of days before I left the country, but the top here, as you can see, is kind of boring and barren. Over there you can see our friend's base. Actually, I'll go show you guys this. And over here you can see our friend's base. Avon is his name. And like I said, he made it kind of spaceshipy. All this water is not a feature. The only thing that was an actual water feature, I think, is this column right here. Over there you can see some of the griefing. Some of the only actual griefing took place over here. Ooh, a shrine. But they told me that they have not been on in a little bit because they got griefed so much because of so what happened right here. But all their chests, they're all aligned right here. Very unorganized, but I guess they used like TNT that was inside of the actual chest and just blew it up. I don't even know how the griefer like found it. I guess they were just looking around for a while, but they didn't touch any of their cows, their sheep, their house over here, turtle. Yeah, even the enchantment table was completely fine. And their villagers, all here. Not a single one of them even turned into a zombie, which you can do really easily if you just flip this lever. But over here is, or was, I guess, the iron farm that he made. Thankfully, iron farms are much easier to make than they were in like 1.6 way back in the day. But it still sucks because now the villagers are dead from there. I don't even know how, like, I would have gotten up there. He like would have had to pillar up, but I don't even see a pillar that would have made him to like access that. Cause yeah, that's just explosive damage right there. I mean, there was nothing really up here besides this like little AFK fisher, but you know, you can see what I mean by this griefer not being a very good griefer. Let me sleep really quick. Oh yeah, so you might have noticed the sign in the sky. That's been there actually. The griefer didn't even do that. He probably got a little chuckle out of that. But the main thing that I want to do is actually breed up some llamas because since I need to get a bunch of different stuff, this seed is actually quite nice for gathering materials because every single biome surrounds the central island. If you guys remember back in the day, I'm not sure if you do, the oceans used to be much larger and they're a much bigger pain than they were or they are now. You and you have a baby, please. And I should do another one. But I want llamas just to take around to gather materials and stuff. Because when I build, I like to build with a lot of different blocks. So, I mean, as you guys like saw down there in my tugboat, it's using a bunch of like random blocks. So those blocks are actually, ow. How did he do that? You need more wheat, huh? Little fatty. What is up with this llama? Cursed llama, my god. I like to build with a lot of different like blocks. A lot of difficult blocks to get. Tough, I guess tough isn't that hard to get. But it's rather meticulous to get. That, clay, terracotta, all that It's nearby, but still a hassle to really. Yes, chest on you. You know, it's a hassle to get these items to build with. One of my favorite things to do in Minecraft is to tower up with a humongous tower of ore. As you can see, I've made of beautiful gradients, starting with coal all the way at the bottom, going all the way up to diamond. It's not everything I got, actually. Look at that sunset. Absolutely beautiful. Minecraft looks... Actually, let me turn down the brightness. I like to play it around 70. I just had it at 100 just for mining. Oh, that looks really good. Ooh, there's some baddies down there. Let me go to sleep, actually. Oh, that's a beautiful, beautiful sunset. But like, look how cute my tugboat is. And like the gradient, it just works so perfectly with whenever like the top is illuminated. I think I'm gonna add like lampposts up top there. But right now, I just want to break this entire tower of ore. I'm probably not gonna get through all of it because this is an iron pickaxe. If this was diamond, I could probably be able to actually take this all out in one go. We'll see how much I get when I get all the way down. But I think my inventory will... No, I don't think. I know my inventory will fill up by the time we get down to the bottom. Alright, and we have fully taken down our tower of goodies and loot. And we have 20... let's see. 64 plus 9, 64 plus 14, 64 plus 33, and 34. And this isn't even everything. On 3 blocks of gold. I'm quite satisfied. After mining basically all day, have almost as much stuff as I had before. One of the first things I usually do for any Minecraft world is to set up an XP farm. Which is why I set up the skeleton farm all the way down here, like first before I did pretty much anything, even before I did my house, just to be able to enchant stuff, because being able to have efficiency is just really freeing, I think. Like digging all this out was really time consuming without any efficiency. But over here, if you're wondering where this leads, my mine starts over there. Avon's mine starts over here. And for me, I have to take a lot of turns. It's kind of roundabout. I don't know why I left this here. I guess I was a little bit too rich for it. But I was in the middle of decorating this. Oh, this doesn't even look good. This is supposed to be a skeleton face. I don't know what to really do with it. I think I just need to dig out this entire like room, because working in an only like a 3 tall like room is really constrictive to like creative ability. As you just saw right there, the skeletons just spawned. Yeah, there's been a bug, if you guys don't know, in 1.21.4, I believe. As you can see, a lot of arrows, a lot of bows, not a whole lot of bows or armor or literally anything else. It's a known bug. I think it's fixed now, because we're in an older version of the game at this point. But mobs that spawn from spawners, they don't drop like other loot that they're like actually holding, just like their base loot. So zombies would just be like dropping like rotten flesh or poisonous potatoes, but nothing else. But it's actually kind of nice, since this is all we really need is bones from this. But the next thing I want to do, the next farm I want to start creating, is actually a moss farm, and for that I need a lot of bone meal. Yeah, but that's a skeleton farm. I mean, it just goes up 22 blocks, I think, from this height, and just gets them all one shot even with my fist. But I don't really need levels right now. As you can see, I'm a level 42. I do not have any armor, so I'm probably gonna go enchant some armor right now. Alright, not that good of enchantments for the armor. I'm a little bit sad, but it's okay. Do we try... The leggings are fine. I think I want to try the boots. I definitely want feather falling protection. Okay, I'm good with that. I think I'll try the pickaxe, so hopefully I get fortune on it. No, okay. I mean, that's fine. I do just like a regular work pick. Actually, we can get efficiency 4, I believe, and or efficiency 5, I mean, from the villagers, and probably fortune as well. But I don't have any emeralds to trade with them right now. But I think I'm gonna go back to the skeleton farm actually to finalize the decorations. Periodically while I'm building this, I'm gonna go kill these skeletons. I mean, they've already accumulated. But I wanted to take this time to actually talk about my trip to Japan. It was really, really cool. Probably my favorite trip that I think I've ever done. We went there for about 2 weeks, and I loved everything about it. I mean, being from America is probably makes Japan way more enticing than even like some European countries. I think in my opinion. I mean, I've never been, but according to my fiance, she liked it way more than even some other countries she's been to. Here, if you can't tell, I'm making just like a forge looking thing. Just to be safe, I don't want anyone to accidentally walk in and someone put a little magma block right there. But one of my favorite things about Japan was the level of infrastructure that they had. It was really cool. Again, from being in America, you don't really see like subways like how they have in Japan. Let's kill these guys now. I mean everything, like at least in Tokyo, 10-minute train ride, just from anywhere, really. I mean, some areas obviously are much further than others, but we also went to Osaka, which was actually my favorite part of the trip. Yeah, more than Tokyo. It was quite busy in Tokyo a lot of the times, but I'm even fine with that. I mean, I don't like a lot of loud noise, but I genuinely enjoyed the atmosphere of it because everyone there was also so quiet. I mean, by the end of the trip, I could really tell who was American just by how loud they were on the train and stuff. But having everything nearby is just so convenient. I even thought, well, if I lived there, and if I had a car, I don't think I would even want to use a car. I thought, especially in Tokyo, I don't know how people who live there could ever use their car unless they had to just commute to work like across the entire city. In which case, I don't even think they would, because there's like so much housing. Like everywhere you go, there is so many like sky rises. There's just so many buildings. I mean, imagine a lot of them also don't have like elevators and such that you would have to walk using stairs to go up and down them like constantly. Which obviously, if you're paying more for like a luxurious apartment complex, maybe you don't have to experience that. I'm gonna put some blocks in here. I don't really have a space for anything. But Tokyo, even then, is still a very expensive place to just live. But I just fell in love with everything throughout the trip. And another thing that I loved while I was there was the servers. Like anywhere that there was service or someone working hospitality, they would be really friendly. Tokyo especially is incredibly tourist friendly. I mean, that's how it is in every big city really, but it was so convenient for us since we just primarily spoke like English. We would just try to speak Japanese while we're there, and that made the workers happy as well. Here on the roof, I'm just adding stairs to make it look like kind of like rafters. I wanted to make this look a little bit more industrial nature, if you were wondering. So I added basalt to make it look like beams and such. Actually, we need to get more. I ran out right here. Hopefully you get the idea of what this is supposed to look like, even if it's a little bit incomplete. But yeah, I mean, I like how that's turning out. One of my favorite examples of actual service was when I was buying a knife in Osaka. This was our last day, and we were in a rush to go to the Osaka Aquarium because we had tickets. And so since this was our last day in Osaka, I really wanted to go get a knife at this like famous kitchenware street. And so I was looking online, looking for a popular like place to buy a knife or whatever. And I came across this one place that was nearby a station, because we were just walking, or I guess really power walking our way back and forth up and down the streets to find like a cool place to actually find me a knife. Because I don't have any knives and I wanted to start my own knife collection. Does that look good? Yeah, let's do this. But I wanted to start my knife collection, and I wanted to start it with a really high quality Japanese knife. And so what better place than to go to this place that had like a 4-star review on Google. So we ended up going to this place, but it was very last minute. We only had about I would say like 40 minutes to 30 minutes to like actually pick out a knife. And the person who helped me, the clerk there, he was actually the manager, and he was like super nice. He told me all about the high carbon steel, the stainless steel. He answered basically every question I had about the knife, and I ended up getting a Santoku stainless steel knife. I'll add a picture of it, hopefully, if I remember. But I was really satisfied with it. And with it, I got a sharpening whetstone. And the main reason I wanted to go to this particular store because they do engravings on the handle, and so I had him engrave my name directly on the handle right there in katakana. But again, we were in quite a rush to actually leave. We were cutting it really close because we still had to walk all the way back to the station. We left in a big hurry thinking that we were going to be late. We left in such a hurry that we left without my whetstone. And I didn't realize it because the manager had put the knife so carefully and beautifully wrapped inside of the bag that I didn't see the bag. I just didn't check until he came out running out the store, and we were just down the street, and he said, "Oh, Mister, you forgot your whetstone," and then I was like apologizing for like leaving for so soon and being so negligent about it, but that like meant like a lot to me, and that was service that I've never had before. You know, if you leave something in a store here in America, you kind of just forget it. Anyways, I just mean to say all this just to emphasize that the trip was really made by the people in Japan. You know, if people weren't so nice to us, then I don't think I would have enjoyed it as much, but everyone was like really accommodating no matter like where we went. Do we like that gradient? I don't really know. I think that's pretty much it for down here now. That's all I really had planned. I just wanted to zhuzh it up a little bit. Probably had more chest somewhere throughout here. I'll just use this as extra storage for now. Actually, I have these chains. Maybe we can them right here to make it look like the entire thing is being held up. I mean, that looks good, right? Like it's holding it up instead of it just like floating in midair. And let's add some right here too. Is that better? Yeah, I think I like that a lot. Yeah, but I think that ties the entire thing together. Alright, let's kill these guys and let's head on up. I think that's all I wanted to do in this episode. If you stuck around this long, thank you for watching, and I'll probably make another one later. See ya.